So you have a brand new idea, maybe you're starting a business and you're wanting to take off, but every time you tell a friend, every time you pitch a family member, they're just not pumped. How do you handle these objections? My name's Jeremy Montoya. Keep watching this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's quite unfortunate how much of a bad rap our generation gets. And when I say our generation, I'm talking about millennials. I mean, you scroll through Forbes, you scroll through New York Times, scroll through Twitter, and you see everybody talking about the downside of our generation, how maybe we return to our parents' house, or how just all of the statistics that make us sound lazy, make us sound entitled, very egotistical, and it's disappointing that we're rationalized so much. But I wanted to turn the tables a little bit and talk about the people who aren't included in maybe that generation or in that conversation, and turn it over to our friends and family. Oftentimes, as we get excited about a new project, about maybe a business we want to start up, the first reaction we get from our friends and family isn't always positive. And it hurts because you're passionate about what you're telling them, what you're explaining to them. Oftentimes, you're just starting to figure it out for yourself, so you don't have the wording down yet, so it's hard to communicate. It can really disappoint you when your family or your friends or whoever you're telling on the other side of the table just isn't really aligned with what you're working towards. So I wanted to impart on you just a few things to consider as that happens. The first thing to consider is that it's your dream and it's your life. So at the end of the day, you're in charge and responsible of the outcome. Think about that project that maybe you're excited about right now, or the last time you told your parents about something you were pumped about and their reaction. Oftentimes, it just may not be positive, and some of us are lucky enough that we have those positive people in our lives. But when it does turn a little bit negative, you want to keep in mind how you're pitching and how you're presenting it. And one of the things that I've personally learned is to have the communication down for how I'm going to tell them, and maybe have a different approach for every single person that you're telling. Now, one of the other ways that you can overcome this is just being careful in what you do communicate, and just being aware of the things that you are saying and maybe trying to portray. Keep in mind your level of enthusiasm, because for some of us, we've told our friends and family 5 to 10 times about the thing we're excited about, and sometimes we didn't follow through. Now, that can happen, but what you want to consider is just your level of enthusiasm and how you build that up. You know, if you're approaching your friends and your family and you're saying, oh my God, I'm so excited for this new business, it's gonna make so much money, will you come and join me, will you come and be a part of it? When you say that over and over again and it goes nowhere, or they see your motivation and enthusiasm start to plateau and go downwards over time, it begins to show on your reputation. So maybe this is that one time that you have that amazing idea, or you're working with somebody who has something great going for them and you guys are gonna take off. Just think about how you portray that enthusiasm, and maybe say you're excited for it, but also say you're pumped for the things that come and the things that you're gonna put indirectly to it. And the most important part of this is to be excited and to actually go and to do those things that you're pumped about, to put in that hard work so that they can begin to see the new you, and so that they can begin to see that you're somebody who is a hard worker and who executes on those things that you're working towards. Execution is the key to all of this. So the next time you're pitching your friends and family about that brand new business or idea that you have, remember that you have to be a person that follows through with execution, and I think you'll see the reactions start to change just a little bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm so honored that you stick with me through these videos and that you're here to hang out. My job is to always bring you content that hopefully excites you, motivates you, and maybe gives you just that little piece of information that takes you over to that next level. If you want to know more, you can visit whileyoursleeping.com, or hit me up over on Twitter at JVMontoya. While you're there, let me know if you have any problems right now with your friends and family, and maybe how you've tried to overcome those things. I make sure to read and respond to every single one of them. I mean, think about it. Between email, social media, work, business, all of the things that go on in your life, it can become very difficult to stay on top of things and to make sure that everything you're working towards is seen to completion.